Good afternoon, guys. I hope you're ready to do a nice, strong power flow for a few minutes here with me. Move this back just a little, so hopefully I'm never out of the frame for you. My name is Jayne, and hopefully you've already got your mat and maybe a towel and we're ready to go. I'm going to start standing just briefly here. I'm going to have you stand about hip distance apart, and we're just going to breathe in, arms overhead, and sink back into chairs. So really let the hips draw back and reach the arms forward. Breathe in and lift up. Exhale, floating the arms right back down. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, sinking back into your chair, just trying to draw some warmth and a little bit of heat to those big muscles. One more time, big breath in and out, sinking back into your chair. So keep reaching the arms out and just pull up the right heel. Keeping the hips back and the arms drawn out. Switch it out. And switch it out again. And switch it out again. And one more time each side. Come back to your chair. Come all the way back up to stand and just float the arms down to the side. So I'm going to face forward for a second. Feet still hip distance. Take a big breath in, arms overhead. Drop your left arm down to the side. Exhale. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, reach up and over. So reaching that left arm to the floor and reaching that right arm over to the side wall. Keeping that shoulder back. Breathe in, both arms up overhead. And just dropping that right arm down. Big full breath in and out. So reaching those right fingers to the floor. Left one's way up and over to that side wall. Breathe in, both arms up. And float them down to the side. So let's come to the front of your mat, not too close so we got space for our hands. Feet hip distance, take a deep breath in. Pull the hands through heart center and float all the way down to your mat, planting the palms, stepping back into a high plank. Let's pause here for a moment. Rotate those inner elbows forward. Root down behind that index finger and thumb and a little into the pinky fingers. Kind of squeeze the fingertips into the mat. Draw the belly up and in, pushing the heels back, warming up those calves, and then let's rock forward. And back. Keeping the belly drawn up and in, rocking forward. And back. Rock forward one more time. This time lift the hips up and sink the heels down. Downward facing dog, and then pedal it out just a few times in your down dog. Keeping the chest drawn towards your thighs. And then bending both knees, looking forward, draw the hips and belly up. And let's slowly take a nice, easy walk up to the front of our mat. And forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in, nice flat spine. Forward fold, breathe out. Breathe in up to tall mountain. And sink back into your chair again. Keeping the hips drawn back. Really reaching the arms out in front of you. Draw the right knee up. Transferring the weight to that left leg and just pulse. Breathing in as you breathe out. Place that foot down. Keeping the hips back. Fingers drawn out. Raising up that left leg. And just pulse. Tiny pulses. On your exhale, bring that foot down. Bring your hands through heart center, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, bend the knees and plant the palms. Stepping back to your high plank again. Pushing the heels back. Look forward to the inner mat, rock forward. Keeping the elbows and shoulders drawn back. Lower all the way down to your mat. Untucking the toes. Drawing the elbows and shoulders back. Relaxing the feet. Push into the mat and just draw the chest up. Come all the way back down and tuck the toes. Push up. Hips back towards the heels. Take one full breath in and out here. We're going to do that 3 more times. So on your next breath in, lift up. Leading with your chest, peel it all the way down. Untuck the toes, push up, lift up, low cobra. Lower down, tuck the toes, push up. Really push those hips back towards your heels. Breathe in, lift up. Leading with the hips and the chest. Untuck the toes. Push up just the chest. Keep the belly button on the mat. Peel all the way back down. Tuck the toes. Push up and back. Breathe in, lift up. One more time. Peel it all the way down. Untuck the toes. Lift. Lower back down. This time, tuck the toes. Start to push up, but then lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Pedal it out one more time here. Keep reaching the chest towards the thighs. Keep lifting the hips up and back, reaching the heels towards the back of your mat, lengthening the back of your legs, especially those calves. And then bend both knees and look forward. Soften those knees. Jump it forward. Forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Breathe in up to tall mountain. Sink back into your chair. Reach the fingers out, draw the tail back. Pull up just the right knee. Cross it over. Sink back into your figure four. Pulling the hands to heart center right here. Look a little out in front of your mat. On your next breath in, we're going to lift the knee and lift the arms up. Sinking back into your chair. Drawing up the left heel and then the left knee. Cross it over. Figure four again. Pressing the palms to heart center. Looking out in front of your mat. Keeping that toe flex of the leg that's crossed over. Next breath in, lift up. Plant and sink back into your chair. Pull the hands through heart center again. So we're going to do our little prayer twist. So I'm going to take a breath in and spin the right elbow outside the left knee. A little more bend to the knees. Press the hands to heart center and twist. Breathe in, lift to the other side. Anchor. Press to heart center and twist. And a little bit faster, breathe in and cross. Breathe in, keeping the hips drawn back, belly drawn in. One more time each side. And switch. Come back to center. Forward fold. Heel toe the feet about mat width apart. Toes facing out. Soften the knees and let the body hang forward. Let the head hang down. Grab opposite elbows. Take the hips and shoulders alternating to one side and then the other. Stopping in the center, releasing the elbows and heel toeing the feet back into hip distance. Halfway lift again. Forward fold, breathe out. Breathe in up to tall mountain. And let's do our first flow. Let's pull it all the way through heart center, planting the palms, stepping back into high plank. Lifting the hips up and pressing the heels back. And then lifting up and shifting the eye gaze forward and lower all the way down. Untuck the toes. Push up, lift up to low cobra or up dog. Lifting the hips into your downward facing dog. Lifting the right leg high, drawing it into your chest, lifting the hips and planting it down. Lifting to your high lunge, look up. Bring the hands to the small of your back, interlace them. Start to lengthen the arms and draw the shoulders back. Lifting the chin up. If you feel comfortable to drop the head back, do that. If not, keep it right where it is. Release the arms back up and right back down to your mat, stepping back to high plank, downward facing dog. Floating the left leg high, drawing it in, lifting the hips and planting, lifting up into your high lunge. Bring the hands to the small of your back, interlacing them, lengthen, draw the shoulders back, lifting the chin, lifting the eyes. Bring the arms all the way back up. Plant into your mat, step back to high plank and downward facing dog. Bend the right knee again and float it up. Draw it in and plant it down. Drop that back heel and this time open warrior two. We're going to reverse our warrior. Drop the back arm and reach back. Breathe in, lift up. And then bring that back arm forward, paralleling the front. Lift all the way back up. And warrior two. Windmill your arms down, plant, downward dog. Then shift forward again and flow all the way through your vinyasa. Low cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Floating up your left leg this time, drawing it in and planting it down, planting the back heel. Spin and open to your warrior. Sorry for the nostril breathing. Drop the back arm. Reverse the front one. Breathe in, lift up, and go back. Breathe in, lift up, and come forward. Match the back arm with the front. And lift all the way back up. Opening into your warrior. Windmill the arms down. And flow again. Shift forward, lower all the way down. Nice and controlled. Elbows back. Again, low cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. So let's bring the feet a little wider here. Toes slightly in, heels out. Bending the knees, reaching the heels kind of to the back corners of your mat. And then bringing them back to hip distance. Lift the hips and shift forward to your high plank and draw the feet all the way together. Roll to the outside edge of one foot and lift that upper arm. So you can stay here or the option to lift that top leg. Nice smooth transition through the center. Roll into the outside edge of your other foot. Lifting with the arm, lifting the hips, and maybe an option with that top leg. Returning to center. Downward facing dog. Bend the right knee and float it high. Draw it in, plant it, lifting to high lunge. Reach up with the arms and then just take the body forward, keeping the belly drawn up and in. Breathe in and reach out with the arms. Exhale, reach back. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, reach back. Bend that back knee and bump it in just a little and sweep the arms forward. So this time, we're going to bend that back knee and draw that knee in, cross it over, figure four. One breath in and out here. Breathe in, lift up, and take that leg back to high lunge. Look up, open the arms to cactus, and then breathe in, lifting with the chest, lifting the chin up. Reaching the arms overhead and all the way back down to your mat. Stepping back to high plank, lifting to your downward dog. And breathe and flow through your vinyasa all the way down. Untuck the toes, push and lift. Downward facing dog. Opposite side, we're going to float that left leg up, draw it in, plant it. Keep the back heel lifted, push into that front foot and lift up to your high lunge. Reach up and take the body forward. Breathe in, reach out. Exhale, reach back. Breathe in, reach up. Bend that back knee and bump that back foot in just a little. And then reach the arms back. Bend the back knee. Sweep everything up. Flexing the foot, crossing over to your figure four. Hands to prayer. Pressing the palms together. Holding here for another breath in and out. Breathe in, lift, and send it back. Bring the body up and the arms higher. Open to your cactus. Breathe in, lifting the chest forward, eyes up, palms up. Reaching the arms overhead and then planting to your high plank. Downward facing dog and flow again. So roll it forward all the way down. Push and lift, chest forward, shoulders back. Draw the hips up. Downward facing dog. So we're going to shift forward in here to our high plank and lift the hips in a downward dog. I'm going to do that 2 more times with the flow of your breath. Breathe in, rock forward, shoulders a little farther than the wrist. Look forward out in front of your mat. Lift the hips and press back. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, sink the heels. And then shift forward into your high plank again. Lift up. live right leg, my left to right. Draw it in towards the shoulder or tricep and send it back and plant. Extending those arms, rotating the inner elbows forward. Draw up the opposite leg, draw it in. Send it back and plant. Opposite leg again. Draw it towards the shoulder. That would be your elbow. Take it across. Flex the foot, cross into what would be your figure four. Drop the back heel, lift the hip into a little funky side plank. Come back through the center, high plank. Lift the hips just for one resting breath in your down dog. And then roll it out to your high plank, lifting the opposite leg and crossing it over. Flexing the foot, opening to that figure four, funky side plank. Gracefully move through the center, high plank, rock forward, lower all the way down. Bring your arms out to the side, tucking the chin in so you're facing the mat. Draw the arms towards the back wall behind you. Squeeze and draw the feet together and just lower your palms to the mat. So palms and inner elbows press towards the floor. Press the palms down, lifting the chest up. Draw the shoulders back. Squeeze the feet together, lift the feet, and lift everything up one more inch. And lower, tuck the toes, plant the palms below the shoulders, push up. Sink all the way back. This time maybe widening the knees to that child's pose and untucking the toes. Shifting your hips to the left, head to the right. And then switch. And switch. And one more time. Coming back to center, lifting up, bringing the knees back to hip distance, retucking those toes, walking the hands out because you guessed it, we're going to shift up to our high plank, lifting the hips into our downward dog, bending the right knee and floating it high, drawing it in, lifting the hips up and planting that foot down, staying high on that back toe, lifting into your high lunge again. Pull the hands to heart center here. Look out in front of your mat and shift the body forward. Put a little bend in that back knee and maybe bump it in first. We're going to bring that knee up and cross it over into your eagle. If you don't have that second wrap, just plant that toe down so you can sink down and wrap up your eagle arms. Pressing the palms and forearms together, squeezing the thighs together. On your next breath in, uncross and lift and send that leg back. Unwrap the arms, good job, high plank. Open to your warrior, palms down front and back. Just take that back arm and wrap it around. Maybe it even finds its way to the front of your front thigh. Reverse the front palm. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, retreat. Breathe in, lift up and unwrap. Windmill your arms down. Step it back to plank. Down dog. And flow. Roll out the body. Lower down. Untuck the toes. Push and lift up dog. Hips lift. Down dog. Opposite leg floats high. Draw it in and plant it down. Keep that back heel lifted. Reach up, lift up. High lunge. Taking the body forward, bringing the hands to heart center, maybe bumping that back foot just a little. So on your next breath in, you're going to draw that knee up and cross into your eagle legs. Wrapping up to your eagle arms. Remember, if you can't get that second wrap, just plant that foot down. Keep squeezing the thighs together, raising the elbows. Hips and belly drawn back. One more breath in and out here. Then breathe and lift up, stepping it back, unwrapping the arms and open to your warrior. You're going to take that back arm and wrap it to the small of your back. Or maybe see if you can creep those fingers around to the front of your front thigh. Reversing the front palm, reverse your warrior. Breathe in and unwrap. And windmill your arms down. Step it back to plank. Feet drawn together. One more side plank, rock forward, roll to the outside edge of one foot. Keep your toes flexed towards your knee as you lift up. Again, optional, lift the top leg. And lower, transition through your center to the opposite side, keeping those toes flexed towards your knees as you lift. Maybe peeling up that top leg. And back to center. Lifting the hips, sinking the heels. Separating the feet hip distance, pedal, pedal. And we're gonna bend the knees, hop halfway forward and cross the feet and have a seat. Unwrap the legs out in front of you, all the way. Sit up nice and tall. Flex the toes back and reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, reach out as far as you can. Don't worry about grabbing your toes. Just bring the palms to the mat, dropping the head down and roll it up. And bend the knees, feet planted. Make sure you got enough mat space behind you to lie down. Grabbing the front of your knees. Breathe in, lift chest forward. Elbows out, rounding the spine, chin to chest, and slowly lie back, drawing the knees to your chest. Once you're there, flex the feet, bring the knees about shoulders width, lift the bottoms of your feet to the sky. Bring the hands right behind the knees. Draw them in so the hips lift up. Sliding the hands as far down as you can. Maybe the ankles, maybe the undersides of the feet. Let the knees come a little wider and pull down with your grip so the hips lift a little bit higher. You can sway side to side or you can simply hold there in the center. It's your happy baby. And then release the feet down really close to your seat. Palms come down, shoulders roll back. So press the palms and the upper arms and the forearms and the shoulders into the mat and start peeling up the tailbone and then lifting the hips. And then lifting them a little bit higher. Think lifting through your hip pointers, lifting through your belly button, lifting through your chest. You can keep the palms flat on the mat or you can rock side to side and walk the arms and shoulders in, clasping the hands, pressing the clasped palms into the mat, and lifting a little bit higher through the hips, belly button, and chest. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, releasing the hands, palms down, and then just rolling the back from between the shoulder blades to the mid back to the hips all the way down. Bring your palms a little farther out to the side. Taking the left leg and just crossing it over the right. Keeping the thighs squeezed together. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, just let your legs fall over to the left. Eye gaze to the right. Bringing your eye gaze back to center, bringing your legs back to center, uncrossing them, and crossing the opposite leg over. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, let your legs fall to the right this time. Eye gaze to the left. Nice, deep spinal twist. Just breathe. Eye gaze back to the center. Knees back to the center. Uncross. Bring the knees in towards your chest till the hips lift up, and then unroll the spine. Swing the feet overhead. Rock up to sit, crossing the feet, planting your palms, stepping back, jumping back into your high plank. Lifting the hips up, sinking the heels down, downward facing dog. Lift and rock forward into your high plank. Lower down to a low plank. Lifting the hips up and walking the feet in just a little bit. Just still reaching towards the thighs. And then stepping the feet back. Shifting the body forward. Drawing the feet together, roll to the outside edge. Bring that bottom palm facing towards the edge of your mat and lift just to a low side plank. Transitioning through the center. When you shift to the other side, bring that bottom palm facing the outside of your mat and lift. Transition back to the center. Separating the feet, lifting right back up to your high plank. Bend the knees and hop the feet in a little bit. Widening the knees, lifting the hips, bending the elbows, bringing the knees as high towards the armpits as you can so they rest on the upper arms and creeping the feet in, bringing your eye gaze out towards the end of your mat, lifting one toe and then maybe the other for crow. Dropping the toes, stepping it back, lifting the hips, last down dog of the day, unless you want to do another class. Bringing the knees right back down to the mat. And then just swiveling around so you can have a seat. Extending your left leg out in front of you. All right, we're going to switch. You're going to grab the knee of the outside leg, lift up the toes, grab the underside of your foot, and cross it over. So you want to bring it as high to that hip crease as you can. Go ahead and keep a hand on it, keeping the toes flexed back and let the knee drop out to the side. Breathe in and sit up nice and tall, flexing those toes back as well. Exhale, bringing the chest forward. Keeping your hand here to support your knee. Reaching with the chest, reaching out with your face towards the toes. Breathe in, lift up. Keeping that foot flexed, we're just going to uncross it and slide it all the way out. Bending the opposite knee in. Grab in front of the knee, breathe in, sit up nice and tall, lift the toes. Hand under the foot. Cross it over, bring as close to that hip crease as you can and let the knee come out to the side with a little support from that outside hand. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, then the chest, come forward. Bring your eyes towards those flexed back toes. Breathe in, lift up. Lift the foot up and slide it all the way out. So one more forward fold, feet hip distance, toes flex back. Breathe in. Exhale, reach out. Maybe grabbing the ankles, maybe around the sides of the feet, maybe out in front of your toes. We're going to breathe in, pull back wherever your grip is, bringing the chest forward, maybe lifting up those heels, and then pushing the toes out, letting the chest fall forward, and slowly rolling it back up. Come into a cross-legged seat. And do one more forward fold here. So I'm going to take a big breath in, reach up, and reach out. So keeping a nice flat back as long as you can, keeping those sit bones on the mat. As soon as you start to feel them start to peel up, lower the palms, and then creep the palms out just a little farther. Take a big breath in as you exhale. Let the head drop down. Maybe lower than the arms. Breathing in, filling the lungs. Breathing out, empty. On your next breath in, either slide the palms in or walk them in. And then bring the hands just behind you. Palms down, inner arms facing your body. Draw the shoulders back. Press into the mat. The chest comes forward, shoulders back. Lifting the chin, dropping the head back. Lifting with the face, lowering the chin, bringing the arms up overhead. Exhale, let them float down, plugging all 10 fingers into your mat. Coming back to an easy breath. Just letting your body recognize the work that you did, the strength, and the ease that you created through your practice today, just simply by linking your breath to your movement. I'm so glad you joined me today, and I hope you got everything you came for today. And namaste.